Yeah, there's a game. D4. Well, let's just play D5. Something straightforward. Ah, the Blackmar gambit. Okay. Well, well, well. That's not a move I've seen before. Can I still play E4? E4 is the way to defuse the original Blackmar gambit. The Blackmar continues with the pawn move. Okay, so he brings his bishop out. Yeah. Oh, if I do that, I leave my my g-pawn hanging, huh? Okay, so I'll bring the knight up first, and then the bishop, and then castle. And he develops his pieces very quickly. But he can't develop this knight until he takes that pawn. And then he'll have a isolated pawn in the center. Yeah, and I can bring my bishop out here to harass his queen. Get that in with tempo. I can also play knight to c6 with tempo on the bishop. And see how he responds. Okay, so he just takes. Let's throw in this check. And then take here. And this should be a good position for black, right? He's got, has an open F file, but he has an isolated pawn. His knight is pinned. I wonder if I could just play knight to E5 there to harass his pinned knight and hit the bishop. I'll probably drop his bishop back to E2. Yeah, I've got the bishop pair as well, and I can harass this knight, and then this pawn is loose. Well, I don't know. This seems like a good square for the knight in any case. Incidentally, defending f7, so yeah, so he just dropped his bishop back. Now if I exchange everything out here, that probably, say knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, you know, it still leaves him with this isolated pawn and a bishop versus a knight. You know, he could just go for that endgame. He could also take with the pawn. I can anyway do one more exchange and give him an isolated pawn, or a double c pawn over here. So this is kind of a simplistic way to play. It doesn't give him a doubled pawn because he took with the rook. Okay. So let's harass his isolated pawn. And he's going for the fork and the bishop. Ah, good point. Okay, so do I have to drop back? I can come here, right? That defends the forking square and gets the bishop out of the line of fire there. Now let's kick that knight back. Then, so I just drop my bishop back, and I've got an attack on his e-pawn once again. And he's attacking my bishop. And he's attacking my pawn. He's good with these double attacks. Let's see. So I should probably save my bishop. So let's do that. And let's take this pawn. It's threatening to take his knight at the same time. So I don't think he has time to grab one of my pawns here. So he drops back. Oh, that's a good move. It covers the mating square here. I was going to try and checkmate him on the back rank. I can still threaten checkmate like this. So he buys himself some time. So now I should probably save my pawns. How's the best way to do it? Like this? Okay, well, we've hopefully navigated those shoals of complexity. And we've emerged a pawn up. And now let's get my king into the game. Where's his knight going? I'm not sure. Here, I guess. Yeah, so it looks at these squares and these squares. Maybe he's just trying to get his knight over to the king side. Let's activate my rook here. Oh, I see. The knight on that square, the knight is defending the b pawn. So that's not a bad square for it. Well, I still think this is a good active square for my rook. I can harass his knight maybe a little bit, maybe check and drive his king to h2 and check with the bishop. Let's do stuff like that. And keep pressure on his b pawn. If it comes forward, I'm looking at the a pawn. So we went directly there, but I can do the check now. Goes back. And there, I'm looking at his knight, and I'm looking at his pawn. So I could start slowly moving my pawns forward and threaten to chase that knight away. And the thing about the endgames is sometimes you have to proceed slowly. Don't rush in the endgames. Just kind of step by step try and improve things. Increase the pressure. So what has he got now? His king doesn't really want to come over and harass my rook, does it? Okay, I was thinking he doesn't want to do that because it gives up another pawn. Maybe he feels like he needs to do that. Am I walking into some trap there? And okay, he's going after my pawn. See, so I kick it again. He can go there. Maybe, no, I can't win that pawn. Maybe I'll just grab this pawn. keep taking pawns and let him have that one. Then I can advance here, so I don't give up another pawn. Got his king out of play there. So now he's setting up for a little tactic here. Say if I play king here, or if he checks and brings my king forward and checks again and wins the bishop. So let's stop that. How's the best way to stop that? Could put the bishop there. That actually controls this checking square. He gets one check. Then the bishop goes here. So now the bishop is defended and I don't have to worry about these little tactics that win things. And he's got checks here and here with the knight. Those are covered. I just keep winning pawns here, I guess. Okay, so he's going to try do something else. Yeah, I'm close to being able to checkmate him myself. Let's see, so he's going to coordinate on this pawn, I guess, by playing knight here. And then maybe win the bishop. What's the best way to deal with that? Let's go there with the check. Give me a little tempo. Then step. Step this way so my pawn can move forward. Okay, so from here I can bring my king forward again. He's got this check. He doesn't go for that. And yeah, he's hitting both of these pawns. Okay, so let's go back here then. March the H pawn forward. Oh, I could have taken his, that was really dumb. I should have taken his knight. How can you let someone get away with play like that? Well, as my time starts going down, it makes me nervous. But I'm getting a dangerous passed pawn on this side of the board, so we'll see how it goes. Now just 3 steps away. 1, 2, 3. Where's he going? Here. Let's just march. Okay, if I take there, and push the pawn, then I'm going to queen, right? If he takes with the king, I push. His rook can't stop it. His king can't stop it. If I take here, he takes with the rook, I push. Once again, he can take my bishop, then I queen with check. Yeah, so I can just take this. Went with the king. So, well, justice was served in the end here. But anyway, it would have been much simpler if I had just let's see, how's the best way to deal with this? I guess if I stay on this diagonal for a minute, he can't actually push that pawn forward. keeps doing things I say he can't do. If he gets a draw out of this, I'll be very disappointed. But I think this is a winning king and pawn endgame. When your king is in front of the pawn on the 6th rank, that's a win. Even without the opposition, although having the opposition makes it easier. Okay, so he resigned. Anyway, that was kind of a fun game, so hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.